What's going on YouTube? It's Jay Wilson, NORTHFINUSA on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You know what time it is. It's taking back your tank time. It's taking back the hobby time. Are you ready? Let's go!
Well, looky here, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me to grab. But little does she know that I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Cause at the end of the night, it is her I'll be holding. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in on this Monday night. What are we here to talk about? Yeah, we're here to talk about getting the tank back, bringing the hobby back. Somebody said earlier, well, where did it go? It's always been here. No, we're losing it. We've got more false knowledge and less real knowledge in the hobby right now, and it's going to be a detriment eventually. So I want you to take it back. You started into this fish hobby. At some point, you felt a low. And something helped you get back up. Some of you just got rid of it for years and years and then decided to take it all back. What was it that invigorated you to come back? What was it that invigorated you to achieve the next level? Now I'm not talking about, well, I was doing some YouTube videos and the YouTube videos weren't going real well with my Mbuna, so I decided to switch it all up to saltwater. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about somebody who started with plants, started with Mbuna, started with salt, started with just African cichlids, period, and you're still there. You're still passionate, but you're lacking a little bit of vision. You're lacking just that drive. Get it back. Figure it out. Get some knowledge. Understand what you're doing. So I'm going to talk about a few things that's going to help you. Yeah, it's going to help you achieve that next level. So one of the things we have to do as a fish community is completely saturate ourselves with getting rid of instant gratification. Get rid of it. It's ruining what you are doing. I'm going to get some fish. I'm going to get some fish. They're going to be so colorful. They're going to be so awesome. Meanwhile, you've had this tank set up for about 2 years. It's looking okay, but you really want to add better stock to it. And to make a long story short, you get your fish and they're colorful. And you're pumped. You get them in there and you're like, well, hot dang, man, my fish is beautiful. A week later, well, what the heck, man? Why are my fish not colored up? That seller has juiced my fish. So what's the first thing you do? You email the seller, you call the seller, whatever the case is. You know, hey, look, you gone and juiced all my fish. They have no color. Look, man, I don't juice fish. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. No, you did. They were colored and now they're not colored. Whoop. Let's figure that out. They were colored, but now they're not colored. So what's the first thing that we see, or what's the first thing that comes to our mind when that happens? It's a negative. It's not a positive, it's a negative. So we're going to talk about the negative first. The negative is, that person sold me crappy fish, therefore they're to blame. Nah, it's absolutely, that could be the case, but 9 times out of 10, that's wrong. Come on, it's wrong. It wasn't the fact that you had a tank set up for 2 years and you've had bigger fish in there and the tank was established and you just put a few fish in there and you were hoping that they would stay colored up in an all-male African cichlid tank? That's instant gratification. That's going to hurt because it's not going to happen. And I'll give you another example. The Protomellus is a very finicky fish. I've got a Bodzulu red and a fire hat. When I first got them, they were, in the famous words of Slim Tim, fired up. But then what happened? Well, I had them in a 220, and there were other fish that were big. And then they lost color. But I didn't blame the seller. I didn't blame the breeder. And there's a reason. I did the research. Take back the hobby. Do the research. Read a book. Go read some books. You're sitting on the couch right now, or you're sitting somewhere looking at me on some sort of screen, whether it's a computer, or it's a tablet, or it's a phone, when you could be looking at this wonderful book of all the information of the dwellings, the water temperature, what they look like, characteristics, but instead, you'd rather ask somebody in a group. My fish didn't color down. Man, they juiced them. Nobody wants to give you positive information. They want to give you negative. It's the drama sensation. So now let's pull the positive out of it. Your fish colored down. You've decided to have a new vision. That's right, come on. You decided to have a new vision. You're going to learn more about that fish, understand that fish a little bit more, realize that you need a balanced diet. You need a good environment. The fish kind of need to be like species because your tank water needs to be the same. You need to have consistency on everything you do. And now in 4 to 5 months, your fish color up. Now, all my fish are not colored up. They're not all colored up. And you can look, my rostratus is just starting to color up. I've got a strigatus that's not colored up. But my fire hap is fired up. My Bode Zulu red is nice. My star sapphire is looking great. They've been in the tank a while. And that's what you have to understand. The instant gratification thing has to go away. It's going to hurt you in the hobby. You turn on one of those devices I was just talking about and bam, I want that tank and I want it right now. Well, heck yeah, go get it. So you get it and now you're achieving something that somebody else's and you didn't create it. It was the instant gratification. Use somebody's tank as inspiration and then create your own piece of art. That's what these are. And I don't care if you have a SpongeBob themed tank or a Halloween themed tank because that's coming around the corner. It's yours. Why should I tell you that it's ugly when it was your vision, what you wanted? So continue doing that. Continue creating what you want to create. Don't worry about the outside. Do your research. Have some knowledge. Knowledge makes you very valuable. And when you have that good knowledge and it's not false knowledge, you can then turn around and educate somebody else. You get where I'm going with this? Helping somebody else out in the community? Because if you look, the OCA, the ACA, the saltwater conventions, the planet tank conventions, there's a nucleus of the same people. Go ahead, look. Go to one. I'll wait. No, I'm kidding. They're the same people. At some point, those people are going to want to retire. They're going to want to live their life outside of fish keeping. They may not, but most will. So I'm encouraging you to go out there and volunteer your time. If you enjoy it, if you want to know more, if you want to be involved, go do it. Go to cichlid.org and pay $35 and become a member of the ACA. Go to the OCA in November 18th, the extravaganza, and go support it. It's in Cleveland. Go. Have fun. I'll be there. Yoshi's not going to be there. But there are so many different things you can do to gain knowledge, but we fail to do it. We want the instant gratification. We have to have everything right now. It's like I think I've used this in a video a long time ago. It's like a 2-liter bottle of soda is $1.50, or you can get a 20-ounce soda for $2.50. And you choose the 20-ounce because it's convenient, it's instant, and I can hold it. But you could have had a lot more for your money if you would have just had the vision to know what you could have done with that 2-liter and pouring it into other cups and pouring it into a travel mug, whatever the case is. I'm stretching, but I hope you understand. So right now I want you to look up at your tank. Go ahead, I'll wait. You see it? Yeah. Are you happy? Because if you're not happy, then fix it. Yeah. Go out there and fix it if it's a rock that was missing. And here's the reason why I say this. So today, I was doing a water change. I cleared it all out. I got my tank was just in disarray. And I was feeling just lost with it. And I put some heaters behind. And when I got the heaters up there, I put the one back there, the brand new one that I got. And I said, okay, I've got to do something different. I've got to figure this tank back out and get myself more excited. So I added another rock. I rescaped the center and moved the rock over. And I'm pumped. I really am excited. I was sitting right there after I was done with the water change, and I was completely fired up, and I said, this video has to be about reigniting the fish community. So do it. Go change what you want to change. Do it right now. Make a plan, write it. You want to build another stand? Go to the King of DIY's website. He's got YouTube channel. I'm sure you've heard of him. And you take down that information, get his book, read it, build something. Make something yours, decorate it, create it, a different color, something. Make it yours, and I promise you, you'll be much happier in the fish hobby. With gaining that knowledge, that leads to my next topic. Running and jumping into these Facebook groups, looking for the answers to your almighty questions. It's a great way to gain some knowledge, but it's an even better way to get false knowledge. Too many times I see things go up there and people will say, my fish is wiggling out of control and I don't know what to do. Boom, boom, immediate. It's ammonia. They're scratching, they're flashing, they're doing this because they're dominant. They're not doing this because they're dominant. You need to check your tank now. That fish is sick. You need to buy all these fish medication supplies right now. You need to stop right now. Your tank is disgusting. You're ruining the community. I mean, this all happens. But stop for a second, because that fish was a Christie. Yeah, it was a Christie. And that fish is in my tank. And what do? They dance. They slide up on their back. They slide up like this, and they wiggle. And they size up the next species, the next victim, so to speak. But if you would have read that book, you would have known that. But instead, you got a lot of nothing. You got a lot of upset, frustration, anger. Now 3 or 4 people are fighting for some reason. And it created this perfect ball of chaos. When if you would have had the knowledge, just a little bit, you wouldn't have need to ask 25, 30,000 people. Because I promise you, about 75% of the information you get will probably be completely off topic, and then fights will ensue. And it's not your fault. That's why I'm saying taking the hobby back. If one person each day takes the hobby back and gains the knowledge and pushes this forward, it will make it better. Yes, it will make it better. Which leads me to the false knowledge. So now you've got this Christie. You still haven't got the information that you needed. So you do a 50% water change. You're dosing your tank like crazy. You've got med tanks strung out through the house. Your spouse is upset because you've got everything tore apart because you're trying to save this one fish that you spent hard-earned money on when the fish was just acting the way it's supposed to act. But now, the fish survives. Yes, with some antibodies from all the chemicals you put in the tank. But now the fish survives. Months down the road, somebody says, my fish is wilding out. Can somebody help me? Well, you can. Because you experienced it. Right? That's the false knowledge. Because now you just telephone game the same information that was wrong from the beginning to another person, and now they're continuing to do the same thing. And this causes people to freak out and say, I'm done with the hobby. It is costing me too much money. I've got fish that are dying. I can't keep my water straight. I've taken it to the local fish store. They can't seem to tell me anything's wrong, and I'm just freaking out. Does that sound familiar? False knowledge can come in many ways. It can come from a YouTube channel. I mean, just like this one. I can be feeding you false knowledge. But I won't, because I have this inner compass of morality and integrity where I don't want to give you false information. That's silly. I don't want to give you false statements about everything I do just so I can make $1. No. There are many out there that do, and that's fine. Let them do all their stuff and repackage tap water into Aquafina bottle. Wait, that is real. Somebody did that. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to just take crap, repackage it, and then give it to you because it was from me. No, that's silly. That's against everything I'm about. So find the right people for the right information. I'll give you an example of false knowledge. you've got a channel out there, and let's say they sold fish. Whatever. There's a ton of them out there. But I'm going to give you a bad one, okay? So this person's kind of sitting there, and they're reading off questions, and somebody says, excuse me, sir, I've just got into the fish hobby, and I wanted to know how many fish, African cichlids, that I can put in a 75 gallon. And that person's like, bow to me, I am the almighty fish person. Because I have a cool YouTube channel, and I do cool stuff, and you should buy it from me. You can put 30 haps inside a 75 gallon. Yes, you can. Don't let anybody tell you can't, because they're wrong, I'm right. Does that sound familiar? Stop with the false knowledge. If you know your research, the simple questions will already be inside your head. You know exactly what to do at the right moments. And then when it gets to the bigger stuff, do a little bit of research. And then ask respectable people. Ask people with the knowledge that you know are going to give you the right stuff. So we've covered a lot. We've kind of got off topic a little bit. But the major focus is taking back the hobby. Making your tank yours, owning it, showing it, and doing whatever you want to do with it because it's your tank. Lose the instant gratification because it's only going to hurt you in the hobby. If you're back to fish hobby, I welcome you back. And I encourage you to push the boundaries even further than when you were in the hobby the first time. If you're thinking about quitting, and it's only because you've been having frustrations, don't do it. You'll regret it. You'll be back and it'll cost you more money. But if you're thinking about quitting because it's better for your family, or it's better for your career, or it's better financially, then yes, please make the right decision. Welcome to Keeping African Cichlids. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Get fired up. Get your vision back. Drop the false knowledge. Get rid of instant gratification. Understand what you're getting yourself into. And I promise you, this will be a prosperous and fun and invigorating community. Teach one person a day real information, or learn from one person, and this community will grow to something even bigger. Donate $35. Become a member to this ACA, cichlid.org. And you will even further your knowledge because you'll have access to real knowledge. So thank you so much for watching, liking, disliking, tweeting, retweeting, double tapping on Instagram, liking our Facebook channel. Check out NORTHFINUSA on Instagram and Facebook. We're doing some awesome things. We're giving back. We're taking it to the next level. And we want it to be something that nobody else has done in terms of the fish hobby. And that's quality service, honest, and fair. So thank you for watching, subscribing. You know the drill. You know what's next. Check us out Wednesday, live on Facebook. We do giveaways. We talk about real stuff. We get real people with real knowledge giving you the right information to take it forward. So,